Testing, testing. I think this is still working. It sounds like it's still working. I hope it stays working. If I get crackly, please let me know. Again, I'm just testing. It looks like it's coming through. Ooh, Mono's got first. Redeeming your lines of code, I see. Hello, hello, Mono. Sup, hi. I will not say those words, I think. Whatever, we're just chit-chatting. I can start it early. It's fine. I don't think anyone... I think Coco has done the word ban. Usually, I think my rule was like... for 3 minutes, but I could be wrong on what that was. Hold on, let's see if I have it in here. I probably don't, but let's see. I know the glasses. Yeah, 5 minutes. All right. Easy. So 5 minutes of no CD. That'll be easy if he doesn't come in. Let's see. I usually do a timer. You feel mean getting rid of the glasses. Michaela's done it before. You wouldn't be the first to have done it. Yeah, so Michaela Karen has done it before. It was a very, it's fine. Yeah, cool. Word ban. And usually it's honestly not terrible because I can actually see decently well without my glasses. Sup, Adam? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so I can usually see decently well without my glasses. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? But most of the time I can see and make do, or the text just gets really, really large. How are your winter sports going? I do need a first redeem. That's how you trick the dev club into getting here quick. All right. So what, is there like a leaderboard for first? Is that what I heard was happening in Nutter's stream the other day? Like somehow he's set up like a leaderboard for who's first. You're still in training. Ah, that's all right. Hey, Adam, what's going on? How's it going? What's up? We're just chit-chatting for a bit. I'm not allowed to say certain words, but yeah. It's a self-managed leaderboard where we all agree Adam is winning. Got it. Got it. I used to follow these people this person on Twitch who like who would like get like certain bots and stuff to like, not certain bots, they had different like scripts set up. So like when things were redeemed, like their VS code and stuff would change, which was really cool. Like I would like to figure that out like a little bit more because I thought that was fun, but my brain capacity at the time was not it. So I left that off. Also, because you can't do that kind of stuff in Xcode, it makes it really hard to want to do that kind of stuff in Xcode because it's just not completely possible. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Her fonts and such would just change like over time. So tonight we're gonna keep going through the camping app, which I guess I could get running real quick and show y'all where it's at. It actually got quite far over the week. Hold on. Pull. Stop. Great, I pulled. Yeah, so we're gonna go through the camping app. That's been a good time. It's been, I started that last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. And we've been working on it. I worked on it a lot off stream. And it's getting there. We have an app. It is currently building. Yeah, I don't need the branch to stay alive. Branches, this one can also go away. And main, great. Where are we? Here it is. I realized today my audio, like if I listen to audio, my computer is all, oh, what's it doing? It is all completely like crackly and such, and it's been a pain, right? Like no matter if I had headphones or if I had like going through like the monitor speakers, like it was always just crackly. And apparently that's something like the M chips, or at least the M1 chips do for whenever they're like really overly worked with like RAM and such. And like I looked, I still had like 20-ish gigabytes of RAM like in that should be free. I guess they were using it for cache files. But like it was insane like that was happening. I mean, I don't skimp on the RAM on this, so it might end up having to actually upgrade the computer sooner than I thought I was, just because like it's getting overpowered. Granted, I am running Mac OS beta, but still with beta, some Safari, some Warp and Xcode, it's really throwing it through a loop. Sup Nutter, how's it going? What you up to? Okay, so bear with me. There are some bugs here, but here's where we stand on this little camping app. Do I have a headphone port on my mic? I don't. Well, I do. I just don't have the cable for it right now. Yeah, I don't know. So I can plug in like headphones generally to my mic setup, but I don't because of the lack of cable right now. I have to find my like Beats cable, and that's a little bit of a mess, and then the converter. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Ooh, going through Supabase, nice. That's always a fun one. Nice little all-in-one platform. Yeah, it's a good one. I've used it. I have it going on like a project that's like simmering in the back of my mind. It's really cool. Like it's really nice and easy to get going. It's really easy for web. We'll see how it works in iOS more so once that gets brought over. But yeah, I like it. How's it digging for you? How are the tutorials going? All right, so we have this app. Again, I know there's bugs, and that's why we're gonna do this like massive like navigation state overhaul, but yeah. When did Supabase arrive? It suddenly took over, it seems like. It's been... I've known it, whoa, sorry, that was really loud. I've known of it for at least like 2 or 3 years. I think I was dabbling with it for a client, thinking about putting it on a client project recently. I mean, not recently, but whenever I was doing that in like 2023, I ended up not, because like it was still a little too new on the iOS side, the Swift SDK side, but like it's been gaining traction. The fact that it's like I think the fact that it's Postgres and you have I think the fact that it's Postgres and it's a pretty decent free tier, like really hits hard for those like indie hacker type situations. Or like us who just keep starting projects, or like me who just keep starting projects over and over again. You're doing the one for user management. Nice, nice. All right, so here we are. Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place. User management is awesome. Yeah, the user management seems pretty decent. The user management there, it gets a little weird when dealing with iOS and like Google. I mean, with sign in with Apple and Google when you're dealing with like an actual iOS app, which is good because it wants it to use the the Apple provided frameworks for it, like the Apple provided SDKs for like authentication. It's just the tutorials get a little weird sometimes if you're trying to follow them fully. I don't know, it's weird, but yeah. CD1 got one shut down for low use though. I've done that as well. I've had one get put on pause because like I wasn't writing to and from it. Yeah, it's weird, but like I guess it makes sense. They just don't want to keep especially if you're on the free tier, they don't want to keep a project just going forever, which, you know, that's fine. All right, Mono, I think I can now say compile dev. I started that like almost 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna go ahead and hit complete. Thank you for banning that. Unfortunately, he did not show up, so I did not have to exercise it very hard. But yes. Yeah. All right, so here's where we're at. It was a lovely 5 minutes. You're welcome. I listened to it very easily. Coco did an for me one time, and that was really hard, actually. All right, so we can create a campground. We'll do this. Let's say the Grand Canyon. Did it break? It should not have. I haven't. Ooh. What? Or is it just being slow? That's weird. Nah, I've forgotten Coco. It's just, yeah, I have not forgotten the fact that that has happened. Let's go see what's happened here. Anyway, should be able to just tap anywhere, select a location, give it a campground name. Okay. I need to write that down though, that was an issue. I think Z is where I keep that. Figure out why search no longer works on new campgrounds. All right, so again, we got to add a place. Why? This all is broken. I don't know what happened. Like, this literally broke. Cancel. All right, so once there's a place, you can tap on it. You can go to a site. You can add sites. You can also add a photo here, and it uploads and all that to Firebase, which is great. Set your start date and your end dates. I don't need to add any more photos though. Oh, why did it go away? Check. Great. Give it a rating. Somewhat. Whatever. Give it a note. Save the visit. It's gonna upload. It should get all the way through. Great, and it's saved. We can add another visit, whatnot we want to. Or we can go, here's the new campground, state parks. This shouldn't have happened. There should be a site. Anyway, it's being weird. I don't know. Things are not working as easily as I thought they would. So we have the state park here. Oh, I bet I added it here actually. 12. And we have the 2 different visits. Little camera to show that, you know, a photo's there. I haven't wanted to deal with like showing photos. yeah, so this is what we got so far. And it'll open in maps if given the option. So this is what's going on. So let's go back. All right, so the issue that I'm having though, because this is a kind of a big issue, is I have nested navigation stacks and I gotta get rid of them. But in order to get rid of them nicely, I need to actually build out like a somewhat statewide navigation system, since I'm using these like different, what am I looking for here? Packages, right? My standard like micro app service packages. So this is like what's going on. So notice I tapped there, it went back instantly. And now it's okay, it can go. Well, that's because of the nested navigation. So we gotta get rid of that. Nested navigation stacks. And then also I need to be able to pull up like different sheets and stuff just from around, right? Without like crossing paths. So I don't want to have like campgrounds dependent on visits and stuff like that. So I'm going to, welcome Aries. What's up? What are you cooked for? What did you cook? So that's what we're fixing tonight. We are fixing this like massive like state navigation issue that I have boiling and just waiting for it to end. Because there's also nested navigate. I think that's an issue here, is I have nested navigation here as well. If we go in the app tab, we can see that we have this view with the view builder, navigation titles, all this good stuff. But we can see I start with a navigation stack here. And then if we go into add visit container and then add visit view, we have another navigation stack. So this is not quite the proper thing to do here, right? You never want to do nested navigation stacks or else it gets hairy, like we just saw these issues. So yeah. All right, let's check in with chat real quick, and then we'll get started with some code. All right, Mono said, your main reason for not trying Supabase, you just pay $15 a month for one database instance on Google Cloud, host all your databases there for all your projects, and just use the Firebase auth for free rather than 10 different Supabase databases, etc. And any income from any project supports the database. That's every project is up. I mean, I think that totally makes sense. To be honest, like that 100% makes sense. I don't think that's a bad call either. Honestly, I think that honestly makes sense. If I wanted to write backends, that would honestly be what I would do instead. But I don't like writing backends because I'd rather get some front end code written. But it's like a mix. Like I really do like writing backends, I've learned, but like at the same time I'm also like, okay, but the front end needs to happen so it can interact with the back end, all that stuff. Thanks, Nutter. Yep, sounds like, thanks for checking it out. Have fun on your Supabase journey, and I'm sure it'll be great. All right, feel free to pop back in whenever you want, or use this as like motivation to stay focused. Aries, you're over on YouTube, and you're going into your first year in computer science, and you're not sure what to expect. You know, it's the first year of college. It's gonna be a whirlwind either way. I also cannot tell you what to expect because I do not have a computer science degree. So I wish I could give you more info there. All I have basically is the I have a theater degree, and then I've just done a lot of self-taught stuff to get apps and such working. So take that for what it's worth. The first year of college though was great. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. Honestly, I would go back if I could go back to school. I would still go for the theater degree and not the computer science degree, and just do a little bit more computer science classes along the way. And Mono, you use Google Cloud Run, and you're well within the free tier, same as serverless, but Dockerized, and any language can run Kotlin APIs for free. Oh yeah, that 100% makes sense. It's kind of like, if I wanted to do more, like, so I was actually for a while, like, deciding to throw everything up on, like, AWS for a lot of these, like, little small side projects that I'm like, ooh, I really want to, like, run my own database and stuff like that. I've been, like, trying to run them on, what is it? Oh my God. Oh, I was trying to make them work with DynamoDB because there was, like, a lot of AWS instances were just free, right? Or maybe not a lot, but, like, that free, I'm still well within that free tier. And then, like, at least while I'm testing and getting stuff worked out, I could figure out what to do after. But yeah, no, I totally get it. Reasonable cost for your dev stuff, 100%. What's another one I do it with? Oh, DigitalOcean. That's actually what I do it with. I pay like $5, $10 a month, I think, for DigitalOcean, and it hosts a like, because I'm already paying $5 or $10 a month, and for like for like their S3 storage, basically, like it's very cheap / free for me to throw up my Swift servers there if I wanted to. I then still use like DynamoDB and stuff that I'm a bit more familiar with because of work into like AWS. Yeah, their UI is not great. Used to use that in Filter way back when. Nice. Yeah, I mean, DigitalOcean is tried and true, right, at this point. All right. So, what we have here. Let's go into, hold on. Let me hide this real quick because I don't know what's going to happen. Scally draw. Can I please sign in? Here we go. All right, create a scene. Hated managing your own servers as a mobile dev. Want serverless? It's okay. Yeah. I mean, that's basically when serverless. It's okay. Yeah. That's basically where I'm at. Lambda functions have been super cool whenever I've been playing with them, because I can still write them in Swift and then just call them and they'll write to like DynamoDB and stuff. Like I can keep things really small in that case, and then it's basically serverless. But yeah. Yeah, but I totally get the like just using one database for everything, at least while you're like, you don't have to worry about like your projects aren't like super large. It sounds like they're, but like, and super intense. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, you wrote a bunch of lambdas for work. So good. Yeah, I like the lambdas. They were very nice. All right, so here's the issues I have with these like whole situations. My folders are a mess, so bear with me. All right, so the whole app starts here, right? And then it goes into app core. That is like the central app. So if we were to draw this, we have this here. My navigation path is in the view model. It is for now. We're gonna work on extracting that out because I have realized I've nested navigations and that's not good. I like navigation being programmatic, and that's where that comes into play. So like in content view, we can go into, where is it? Campground lists here. All right, it's gonna take me into detail view. So we have the detail view model. Yeah, so the navigation path, you can then like I have this go to site detail, which just appends that here, go to community ratings, appends that. So it's really just a nice little like one-stop shop. Like I can do very direct functions to control it then, which also means I could in theory set this up and do some deep linking and stuff like that at some point. All right, so we have this app core. App core has its own navigation stack. Let's use a triangle here. Cool. All right, and from App Core, we go to, in this navigation stack, we go to everything else. So the first thing is what? The campgrounds tab. I mean, the campgrounds. So let's actually undo that. So App Core is this main thing, and it depends on everything is actually how we're gonna model this. So we have the campgrounds package. Then we have the visits. And that kind of goes there. And they're just very separate, right? So campgrounds is going to be everything inside this flow here dealing with campgrounds itself. So what campgrounds are, what sites there are, what amenities there are, just kind of displaying all the campgrounds. Then we have visits, which right now is just controlling this like add visits flow, including the new campground. Can you, which isn't working. I'm assuming it's because of the navigation stack issues. Anyway, we can add a site even if we wanted to. Great. And all that jazz, right? So this is all included in the add visits, in the visits flow. Let's do really sloppy lines. Can you please drop the line? Oh my goodness. Stop. Okay. Great. Good enough. Then we have the campgrounds flow, which is just showing like what the campgrounds are. I don't think I really need to get into there. There's not really UI that needs to be called from there. But if you can tell, the campgrounds now needs this like create new site, which lives in, which currently that new site form lives inside the visits flow. And here, let's make this orange because that's what I want. The black is what currently stands. And also, once we go here, there is like a record visit button, right? So then this is gonna have to go here. And wants to go in here. So not the whole flow though, because there's already a campsite. There would just be a new visit. Sorry, it's gonna help me like write this all out. At some point, I promise. So what I'm thinking we need to do is I need like another package, right? That kind of sits behind everything. Very similar to like what utilities and design does over here. That's navigation. So we're going to call it app navigation. And that's going to feed into everything. Here, here, and here. Oh, okay. Boom. Okay, great. So we're gonna take that app navigation, and that's gonna what's control and gonna allow me to break out the navigation stacks to listen from here. And this is gonna control the tab view and the navigation stacks for each tab. Which means each of these tabs here, each of these navigation stacks has its own like type. So we have a campground detail step here, the add visit view model. Where did this go? It has its own add visit steps, select sites, visit form, visit save, that kind of stuff. We're going to have to extract these kind of steps and put them inside that navigation. And then we'll be able to have those pass into the packages as needed. And hopefully then be able to just pull up the views that are needed. Maybe I might end up having to like make these get those out of that package, but I really want to build this app like as we were doing this, I was thinking, oh, these probably just need to be its own package then for like this, I need like an add visits flow package that can work in both of the visits and the campgrounds. But let's just worry about the navigation first. Sorry, this was a lot of information of me just trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing, but this is kind of like a visual of what needs to happen to get these going. Okay, so let's first make a new folder. And the reason why this can't be in app navigation, in app core, is because that would create like a circular dependency then. Because once app core is taking in the campgrounds and the visits, I can't have it flip around back, right? So that's why it has to be its own separate package that can go into the other things. New empty file. App navigation, observable, import, foundation, public, final, class, app navigation. You're trying to follow along, you're interested because you try to do this, you have to do this student work, and you're a little sus about it. Tab nav is rough. Yeah. We do something similar at work also. I think it'll work though. Yeah, hopefully I'm able to help you follow along. My plan is also at Mono, once this actually gets launched, like, again, this has to be done within, like, in theory it should be done before next Friday, but it'll probably bleed in a little bit. I'm hoping to actually like open up the repo after I can get it clean and all that jazz. So hopefully you'll see it soon too, in this case. All right, so app core, cool. So we'll just copy this, paste it here. And we'll do the app navigation. All we need is analytics and utilities. I don't want anything else in here. And then everything else will get app navigation into it. So like here, we'll start here. We'll start in app core and then we'll trickle it into the other things. You've done it in Compose. It was a bit tough, so you're interested to see how this goes. Yeah. Smart about the packaging. I do it because I'm lazy. This way, in theory, I like the idea that every package gets its, I like the idea that everything should have its own package, right? So like in theory, there would be like an app, there would be an app core package. There would be an app navigation package, like a UI package that has all the views and stuff in it. I'm just lazy and I don't like doing all those imports and dependencies and stuff. So this is what happens for me. Is anything else? No. I think we're good. Okay. Let's import utilities. And then inside here, the reason for that is that I can get a logger going. Case app navigation equals King Hits, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. You do a single package per thing, but Swift misses one little thing nicely share dependency versions between packages. So you have a dependencies package that defines the that's pretty smart though, also with that, like, so like so you would have an app package, right, instead of just holding everything, and then you would have a dependencies package that imports that, and that's how you get access to your like your third-party dependencies. Is that what I understand? What's up, King Hits? How was your stream? Thanks for rating. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, as I die right now. Ugh. Yeah, that makes sense completely. I get what you're saying. What, you're working with OpenGL? What are you doing with it? But that's pretty cool. So something about like what, that's like graphics, right? Cross-platform API for running graphics, vector graphics. Nice. I've kind of stayed away from like the graphic stuff. I'm more of like the dealing with the architecture type of things. I wish my designs were better. Yeah, if every package needs Swift log, you want to use the same version. I totally get that. Because the packages are public, which is both neat and terrifying. Yeah. I understand completely. Just some models for school. Nice. That's always a good time. Oh, I do not miss the schoolwork part of life. Triangles and circles, all that stuff. All right. Got it. All right. So we got the app navigate. Let's get some steps. You like it? Yeah, the graphic stuff would probably be really cool. And that's the kind of stuff that like there's someone on the YouTube stream that was talking about their first year, like they're starting to see at computer science, and I realized like I'm missing some type of stuff from like computer science and software and such like that. Like these, I don't know if necessarily would include graphics, but because of what I'm into, it would probably include graphics, like that kind of stuff, and learning like how all that works. Like getting a good foundation, I think, is what I'm kind of missing in that. But I've been able to piece some stuff together. But I have said that, like, if I was given the opportunity, as much as I said, like I just said right now, like I miss school. I don't miss schoolwork. Like I don't miss the schoolwork, but I would definitely go back if like someone was gonna pay me to go back to school. I would go back 100% and take the degree and do whatever I wanted and go back like and take classes again. Like I think it's really fun. All right, so let's do. Hold one second. Let me get rid of the cat real quick. Sorry, the cat is an issue because she likes to. I have like this AC wall unit. I think you can see it like in the. Oh, you can just barely see it. It's right here on the edge. I have that AC wall unit thing, and she likes to like try to climb into it. I don't know why, but she likes to lately, and it's just a little bit of a mess. All right, so let's do the add visit step here, and let's just copy these. I think these steps make sense to do. I'm not quite sold that this is exactly how I want to do it, Sorry, I'm just trying to think if this is actually how I want to do it. Because we could also do like public views. Enum view. App view. I hate that I'm doing this all. But it'll be fine. And we can do like hashable, of course. Case. So what would be one? So we'd have the add visit view. New campground. New site. Site visit. Site. So campground. List. And kind of just like list out the different views that are available, right? So we have this would be a site detail. And then a case campground. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I'm kind of like riffing right now and trying to think through this. Let's move these a little bit better. Campground list. We also need a site list. Oh no, campground detail is right there. That's fine. My visit list. Sure. And we will eventually have like a settings. Settings home. Sure. I'm not quite fond of this yet. Yeah, this is completely for myself. I'm kind of trying to make... My wife and I just recently started becoming campers. And instead of us, in a payment thingy. Yeah, I gotta get the payment thing in here. But that's... Yeah, we could do a paywall. Yeah, so my wife and I just recently became campers. We wanted to have a way to share, like... to jot down notes about sites that we want. And this is and instead of just doing a shared note, which would be really easy, I was like, ooh, let me see what I can do in like 2 or 3 weeks, wrap it together. It seemed really easy and doable, so here we are. I can add notes, I can add a visit, record, get campsites in, that kind of stuff. Just kind of like data coming from people though, from users, so just for me right now. Not really trying to like go to all the state parks like websites and scrape their data yet. Maybe I will. But I like that if people add the data, then it's less work on my end to go find the data. Anyway, it makes sense in my head. It might not be the best to start out with because it's really barren then. So yeah, we're just seeing what happens. Yeah, paywall, ship it. Don't even open the paywall. Just have a paywall view like named here. That'll happen. The idea is that I get this done and shippable for Ship-a-Ton though, which is Revenue Cat's hackathon. So you can build, ship, win. Makes it sound so easy. Basically, you're trying to ship an app. September from August 1st through September. Something. Where'd it go? Ship-a-Ton, Real World, amazing sponsors. Where are the rules? Probably at the official Ship-a-Ton. Why is the official Ship-a-Ton site not just... I guess because they need it this way. Okay, you gotta ship an app between August 1st and September 30th. If you win, you get $65,000. And yeah, so grand prize winner, $65,000, some stuff like this. Other prizes, except for the one single boost, you get like $15,000, $10,000, $5,000. Anyway, I think this is really cool. I would love to be able to enter this. I think this is their 2nd year doing it. So that's what we're going for. Building in the whole thing is they also want you to build in public. Here we are on Twitch, building, stuff like that. So I'm not doing it all on Twitch though, because I don't have the time to just sit and live stream the whole time. But like, and I like my wife or go camping. So usually half of this is done like on the couch while we're watching TV or something. The other couple hours of the week, I get on here and I like to chat about it, talk about it. Mono likes to chime in and make me do silly things, like this super cool idea of having a where'd it go? Like this super cool idea of having a enum for all the symbols in here, and then you can just preview the symbols. He is a huge, not with Mono in chat, he is a super huge distraction. So here, I respect the build to not on Twitch time. Yeah. Which it's gonna take forever because the computer is really slow. But yeah, this is the way to do it. Yeah, no, I would like to also there we go. Fix the indents. What is that? I was working in Zed, I think, with it. And Zed, as soon as I hit Command S, like, hold on. What is that? SF symbol? As soon as I hit Command S to save, it changes the whole formatting. It's really annoying, but that's what their Swift package does. And so sometimes I get weird and I haven't set up a formatter. I've been trying to stay focused. Usually what I like to do is like I go through first and I set up my formatter, I set up my Git hooks, but I was like, no, I need to figure out what's happening here, and this is what's happening. But yeah, Mono got me into this like idea of having the screen here. Instead of, at first I was going straight like names here, as we can see. I've now switched from names of the actual icons to the names that I will remember what they are. Except for table.furniture, I won't. Well, these are the raw values. The case names are the are what I will actually remember. So like restroom, yeah, that looks like a restroom sign. Or potable water is the water bottle. So stuff I'll remember. What do I do for work? I'm an iOS app developer. So this is what I do for work, but for the actual work app. Not this though. I would love to be able to do my own stuff for work, but that requires me shipping something and making actual money for it. Like Mono was saying, if his projects make money, they go towards the database fund. If my projects, my one app that I have on the App Store makes money, it goes towards the App Store, subscription. Sup, CJ? What is up? How's it going? Hyrule. Alright. You forgot about the App Store sub cost. Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget about that. Takes all the money away, right? Alright, so we were back in app navigation. App navigation types. Do we think the app view will be a good... App view is going to be a good one to determine the sites, and then I just have... I think it'll be okay. You're on your couch, under your weighted blanket. Take that how you will. Ugh. That sounds nice, though, to be honest. To be on the couch, under the weighted blanket, just chilling, hanging out. 10:40, like, it's kind of late. Like, that makes sense. I approve of that, I think. Alright, let's see. I think the app view is the way to go because we can set up the app view to do multiple things here. We can do directly to the view, or we can open sheets. We can do this kind of stuff in it. I like it. We're gonna do that. You almost didn't renew recently, and you weren't gonna pay the 150 Australian a year for no apps, and you forgot you had your app live there, and was refactoring it for too long. Ugh. That's wild. I've gone almost a year without updating iHog, and I feel really bad every time I do. Let it go months. I guess I should, probably after the ship-a-ton deadline, I need to go back and revisit iHog. I was in the middle of something really cool, but I just kind of left it alone, and it should still work. We'll find out. All right. Oh, we also need enum tab type, I think. What are they? Where are they? App core, content view. Oh, we'll just take them from here. Let's grab this extension app tab. Hey Thorgy, what if we didn't do that? What if you just didn't actually scratch? Okay, you're going to. That's fine. Public var. Actually, all of these should really be inside, where is it? Here. Because this is really the only place I'm going to hold that. I'm going to use them. Let's be real. And then navigation types, we'll do that. You have a one-on-one in 15? Ooh. Hopefully it's a good one-on-one. I've been having one-on-ones recently, and I'm not sure how I quite feel about them yet. But yeah, hopefully you have a good one-on-one. Depending on how long your one-on-one goes, I will still be here working through this. And if it goes too long, you can always hit me up on Discord, and I can tell you how it went. So yeah, if you're not wanting to do it because you'll miss like what's going on here. Okay, so we have the app tab, we have the app view. I need to split this. So first off, we need to import navigation, app navigation. Split the tab. No, not a tab. Editor. Stop using the canvas, please. All right, so these are public, which is great. That should be found then. All right, so with this navigation stack, are we creating a new navigation? We are creating a new navigation stack. He's your best mate, so it's fine, but he usually only asks about your personal projects there and not in real life. So it feels like he's just trying to check some box. Yeah, I get it. Like, it's like, I saw this like post on Reddit that was like, here's my one-on-one format. And the very first thing was like, ask about, what was it? Ask about outside work. And a lot of people were, and then it's like, ask about outside work, ask about work, I guess, like just check these off the box basically. And I was like, I guess that's fine, but what if like you also have to carry that out throughout and not just your one-on-ones, or else it starts to see like yeah, they're just checking the box off. Like, yes, you want to make sure that you are interested in what your employees are doing. But yeah, I get it. Okay, so we want here, let's see if I can do this. Public var, tab state, app tab, app view, empty. And all you want to know is, where's your pay review? It's late again. Ooh, it could be the pay review. You never know. You never know which one-on-one it is after it's late, you know? Okay, so I think that's right. I think this is what I saw. All right, so we want, though, starting tab state. Whole dot add visits. Oops. Campgrounds. It used to be every October, then the last one dragged out to July to get in line with corporate, and now it's the end of July. So, you know, like maybe it'll happen soon, I'm sure. Maybe like end of July, yeah, so like August or September. You know. Oh, May shared mutable state. Oh, I don't want that then. Now we're back in this like actor situation, and this is because I'm using Swift 6. I'm not quite sure how Swift 6 is supposed to work. So here we are. I just wanted something I could like, that's fine. We'll just erase it. It's fine. Then what? What's wrong? Wait, why is this? Oh, I see. Haha. It's like, wait, why is this wrong? So if none is given, here's our default. We assign it to the tab state. And then I think we could do at state here. App, so we'll do navigation equals app navigation, right? So we're gonna do, we can get rid of the select, well, and then here we'll do var selected tab, app tab. And let's make sure we have the selected tab here. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. Wrong. Wow. Okay, so this is all there. And then self dot select tab equals selected tab. Great. All right, so this selected tab, we have the tab state up here. Let's do this. Var current tab. I think this will work. It might not, but we'll see. Current tab navigation. We're gonna do returns tab state at selected tab or nil. That should be fine. So that'll take care of the selection and the navigation stack here. But, oh, well, if we have a navigation stack, always. Oh, because it's dot search here. So there isn't a nested navigation stack in that area. Huh. We're gonna put one and make it nested right now. There should be no, oh, I need to set it to a default. Great. So that should be fine. That error should go away. Then we have this current navigation tab. So the issue I have here Oh, we can get rid of this. Hold on. We don't have an issue yet. All right, great. I think this is right. I think we're going down the right path. All right, so we need to be able to pass in a binding, right, to this navigation path. Let's do the Control M. Great. So we want to get, when we get the binding, we want to get the current tab navigation, which is navigation dot current tab navigation. That should be enough. And then here, new value in, we want to set it to something. So we need a function, right? Change navigation to nope. Change. All right, go have fun, Mono. I'll be around. Hopefully this is your pay review and you get like a 25,000% increase. Doubtful, but I like your idea. Yeah. Well, and then you could like share a little bit, right? If it's that high. Anyway, I hope it works out in your favor. I hope this is the pay review you're looking for. Or the one-on-one you're looking for. All right, so we're gonna change the navigation path to the new app view based on the current selected tab state, right? So we're gonna do, if you get that, you'll gift a T3. All right. If you do, I'll wait here. Sounds like a plan. If not, no big deal. Tab state at dot append new view. Is that what I'm looking for? Is it always going to be a new view though? Yeah, it'll always be an array. Oh, it's always just an array of app view. Ooh. So could we just do equals new view path? Oh, I gotta make it public. Hold on. Dot change now to new value. All right, I think this will work. What is the easiest? So this is going to be the add visit view. I hope this will work easily. Let's go add this package now to the visits package. All right, so we have the app navigation coming in. What's wrong? Oh, app core to campgrounds to app navigation to campground. I don't understand why this is an issue. This shouldn't be an issue. It should be fine. I think there's another issue in here that's not this. Hey, that's going to... There really shouldn't be a circular dependency though. Wait. Cyclic dependency found. App core to amp campgrounds to app navigation to campgrounds. Yes, that is the case because I want to share around it. Let's see if I just build it, if it would actually make the issue go away. You're fine. Go lay down. Okay, it said build succeeded. I don't quite know what's going on. What? Sorry, my dog is down here being a little whiny. Go lay down. It'll be fine. We're gonna go outside soon anyway. Well, in like 30 minutes. Alright, so we have this. It's gonna go here. I don't really want it in campgrounds yet anyway, to be honest. And I'm sure if I just erase it, it's not gonna go away easily, but maybe it does. But I'm not depending on AppCore in here. So this doesn't mean... Okay, anyway, it went away. It should be the same issue for other things, but I guess it's not. I don't know. Alright, inside visits though. There is the add visit container. Import app navigation. Alright, so this is going to be, this needs to be, go through the environment here. So let's do dot environment navigation. We're actually going to do the same thing here, but that's fine. Now let's grab the environment. Navigation, and let's do, should just be var navigation. Great. Firebase service comes in there. Then we have the add visit view model, which honestly has been handling everything at this point. So this navigation path has to completely change. Does it? Yes, it does. I'm like, but does it? Yes, yes, it absolutely does. Okay, so how do I do this? Well, we know this needs to go into more of the environment. And we also know we need to set up the environment here. Yes, add visit, and then the that is actually the only one that really matters. I don't think the tab state necessarily matters, but I like it to matter right now at least. Add visit view. Let's grab this. We'll copy here, paste it here. Import our app navigation. Dude, you're gonna be okay. I promise. And let's grab the same thing we just did down here. Great. All right, so instead of this, we can actually get rid of completely, I think. And then we're gonna switch on the navigation destination for add view, visit view. Okay, so question. I guess I don't actually need these navigation well, I do need them in here because these are gonna be what gets different things, right? Not add visit view, for view, app view. Yeah, I know it doesn't. So here's where it's gonna get tricky, is like there's the new site, select site. Okay, so this is the case visit form, visit saved. Select site, navigation destination for destination, switch on destination, form, visit saved, all that is fine. And then can I just do default here? Should never see. All right, I think that works there. Now the issue though is that all the navigation is working through the view model. So like if we go back here, see like if this navigation path is empty, when we go to the next one, it depends on select site, which is wrong. We shouldn't do this. So let's go find here, go to next step. All right, so we just really need to do navigation. Sweet. Select site view. All right, so here though, it should be dot select site. I guess it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because we're just there anyway. Our navigation. Great. And if we're going to go to next step, ooh, I wonder if actually I could control this from the view model. Hold on. I don't think we need any of this. I think I can do it from the view model and not have to deal with this as much. Go away. Thank you very much. Well, I'll need it to make this like state thing happen, which I don't know why it's... Anyway, I'll need it to make this happen, but let's go... Where do I first get it? So I get it here. So I could just pass in the navigation, app navigation. And then we'll do let navigation, app navigation, import app navigation. I know it doesn't. Self.appNav. I mean, navigation equals app navigation. Or equals navigation. My bad. Right. So basically we just pass that into the view model here. I'm trying to do this without as much like changes as possible. Change navigation path to, oh. Okay, so let's think about this real quick. So I have here this to deal with the binding, but do I actually need to deal with the binding? I don't think so. I think we could just do public func navigation path. Change. Okay, we'll go outside. That should be enough, I think. I know, 1 sec, 40. I think that should work. Let's see. I think this will also be enough to like from root go to select. Okay, I think this should be enough to like try it. Or not. Oh my god, everything's dead. I need to take the dog outside real quick. I will be right. Make it free for other people to come by. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be back like 10, 15 minutes. Give me some time. Dog needs to go outside. I need to run around and do some stuff real quick. But like I said, I'll BRB. Thanks, CJ, for being on it and banning a bot. I appreciate it. Cool. I'm back. Sorry that took a little bit longer. I also had to deal with other stuff. The cat had to eat. That was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. All right. So I think these are all issues with... Yes, they're all issues with the preview. I don't really care about the issues with the preview right now, so we're going to do what I hate doing the most and comment them all out. Hyrule, again, thank you for banning people. Oh, he's great. He is getting his treat. He went outside. He is being the brat that he was born to be. He got his nightly dental chew. He is eating it very distractedly now. Which is all we need in the world, right? A nice little dental chew, get a teeth brushed, get to go sleep afterwards. If he throws a fit anymore for the stream, though, it means he doesn't want to be in here anymore, and he'll go hang out with my wife. Go lay down. Just lay down. That's all you get was one. You only ever get one. Yep. Yep, he's pretty normal. Yeah, he's been pretty normal lately, actually. Nothing really wrong. Everything pretty good. Just kind of existing through life. I know. Hi, I'm talking about you. Yeah, he's been a little itchy. He went camping for the first time a couple weeks ago, and he is still very much, I think he is now doing it for attention, to where he begs for attention, where he is like scratching and itchy a lot, because I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be this itchy anymore. But we'll see how he fares this next time we go. All right, it's building. We're gonna see if this works this time. He got crabs, didn't he? He did try to eat a crab. Like someone at the, we went to the coast last time. And someone, I guess, was cooking crab or something, and there was like a shell over by like where the fire pit ring was, and he did try to eat it. I stopped him, didn't let him chew on it, but he did try to eat it. And then we went to the beach, and he found more pieces of crab, and that I'm gonna blame on like birds and such eating things, but yes. So he tried to get crabs, but he did not actually get them. Hey, look, this is working. Well, it went to the select site perfectly, and it won't do anything else right now, but I think, oh, it broke. I was too excited. Okay, why did it break though? He apparently did. Okay, so I don't know why that's not working this time, but it did work before. Let's see, we don't need these. It's like the previous thing broke it, which is fine. We'll just have to figure out why. Well, we shouldn't be going through here. It should just be navigation dot change to dot form. Visit saved. Yeah, apparently he did want something new on vacation. We'll see if he repeats it again at the next time, if he finds something weird to eat or different to eat, that kind of thing. Let's do pop. Logger.log.debug. .appnav. We don't have actual views, like analytic values here. So let's do bar analytic screen name. That should be enough. I think that'll work fine for now. All right, so this is no view. We're here. All right, so we're gonna go back a previous step. Then we're gonna do navigation dot pop. Yeah, that should be fine. Public func reset. So then this would just be tab state at selected tab equals that. Navigation dot reset. I'm just making sure there's nothing. I guess the easiest way to do this would actually be to just rip it out, right? If navigation or tab navigation is empty, then we do that. Guardlet if not navigation dot current tab navigation. Is that right? Is that what I want? I think so. Let's try it now. That makes sense why that was like breaking, because it was dependent on the navigation path. So there were some things just cross, like because I didn't delete navigation path, it was just not working right. Oh, I need to stop it and it'll rerun and we should be okay there. Let's see. It is just taking its time building. I just thought that the add visit would be the easiest thing, and then we'll go fix previews after this breaks, or maybe it doesn't break. I don't know. But I think also with the navigation path being like this, in theory, I could have a very working preview, which is kind of cool. I just gotta finish installing. Maybe. There we go. All right. Here, select, that works. We pop, we can pop again. I don't like that it has to fetch every time. Like there should be a way like to not have to do that. Anyway, let me add that as a to-do. Not fetch every time nav changes in add visit flow. Unless there are the views shouldn't reset. Okay. Yeah, so we can get through here, tap here, have our new thing. Great. So that looks like that works there. And we see that we're not, well, if I pop, back, right? Did it actually do the pop? Should have. Oh, no, that's not, I don't think that toolbar, I don't think that's calling pop, so that would make sense. I don't actually know if anything calls pop. What's that? What was it called? Back? Previous step? No, this isn't called at all. So we can actually just remove that. And I don't know why. Always do, in my preference, the comments always go above, not to the side. So I don't know what happened there. All right, let me check out -b. What's this called? App navigation. Okay, so the next thing we need to do though is bring all those previews back. So let's do visits there. All right, we'll start here. Let's kill it. Literally kill it. Kill that. Sorry, trying to make as much disappear as possible. All right, so then we need navigation. We can do @previewable. Right? Is it @previewable @state? Private var navigation. It shouldn't be private. Equals. And then let's import navigation. Right, so it should be the current. What is? How does app navigation work? Select a tab and tab state. Doesn't really matter, I guess. So we can just do that. This should be fine. And then we can just do navigation. And that should bring me back this canvas. Great. So what this will allow us to do is this view visit is going to allow us to go back to the actual visit view different, like in the My Visit tab, like bring up that very specific visit that we wanted. That is the goal here. Okay, so a lot of these like navigation things are gonna actually end up changing a bit, I think, but we'll get there. And I'm okay with it. Then visit form view. Import app navigation here. Then down here we'll do navigation. I think all I need is this, to be honest. Sweet. That is great by me. I don't know actually why we need this. We don't. This is it. I don't think it's quite matching what I had in mind, but okay. Let's bring this back. Yeah, all he wanted to do was go outside and then be... All Thorgy needed was to go outside and get some fresh air, and then he was able to come back. More prominent, and then dot list row separator visibility hidden. Boom! Look at that. Looks great. Except I think it should take up the whole space, but we'll leave it at this for right now. Great. All right, next one. Why can we not preview the file still? What's wrong? There we go. All right, great. Next here. Oh no, that's a view model. What is it missing? Oh. Well, in theory, if I'd actually have this here, we could go through... Or not. I thought we could go through this. Oh, because they're different. So we could do at previewable here. Oops. At state private var navigation equals boom. We'll pass in the environment navigation. I don't think the environment's really needed actually. Oh, actually it is. JK. Because up here I'm using the environment it's needed. But do I don't need it in the environment anymore. So I don't think we actually need it in the environment here. Anyway, I think we should be able to like, oh, it's not in a navigation stack. But we can do, then we can call path bling navigation dot path or dot cannot assign. Okay, so hold on. How did I do this? I went into content view. We did like this stuff. That stuff. I think that should work. Maybe? If I did this right? The tricky part is getting the navigation, is getting the previews to work, actually. I find that trickier than, like, some things. There we go. Boom. We can actually run through most of it, except, like, sweet. Yeah, so the only thing you kind of miss here is the, like, there's no Firebase that goes through it. because I use like a mock service that goes through. So there's no Firebase, which is totally fine and valid here because I don't need it to bog down my building. So that's fun. Did I do everything? Does this one need something? I don't think it does. I think this one's done. Great. The only thing is we could do set up this exactly the same way we did here. Just grab it. Might be easier to grab the whole thing. And then remove that. Is it still, is it just not gonna want to work here? It might not. The environment, oh, silly me. This needs to also be navigation. And then we're good. All right, so that all works. Previews work. I don't need this anymore. Row view, should not care. Site row, new site view. Oh, this one cares. All right, so app navigation here. I just need to toss it in here. And we'll import app navigation up here. Ratings view, doesn't need it. Okay, I think we actually fixed it all, which is great. Let me add these to Git. All right, so previews are working, great. We go back to the wonderful little chart here that makes somewhat sense, at least to me. We have implemented this part. So from green, we can go to visits, and we can go to app core, and like app core can navigate to visits and inside here. The next thing we need to do is get navigation to work with campgrounds, which is not going to be as easy, I think. It should be as easy. It should be just as easy, to be honest. Which I know I'm like, that took like over an hour to get done, but I think it should be just as easy. Excuse me. One sec. I need to pull something up on the computer and don't want to completely give away what's going on. I don't need that. That's fine. Sorry, I just need to check one thing, and then we're gonna keep going into this idea of making like app-wide navigation, which I think is working. I mean, at least it works for that one tab, right? Like, it might not work going forward, but that one tab is so far right. All right. Let's go back into the app. Nothing really as important as I thought it would be. Cool. Let's let's see. Okay, so app navigation. Pop isn't quite working what I want it to be, but that's fine. I don't know if this is necessary, like how, I guess this is necessary for the back buttons, right? So let's do that. Let's make a logger. Let's add in, I just want to be a little bit more descriptive here. So case, what do we want to do? New path, case, old path. Navigation change. That should be good. Should be fine. So operation. Operation dot navigation change dot metadata value. No. Old path is short. Oh, what's wrong? Meta. There should be a. Oh, how do I go to do that? I thought I did that. Oh, logger dot metadata value. Oh, but can it not just take a string? Let old path. Let new path equals I swear there was like a way. I guess not. Okay. Just import logging. New path is the new path. Should be good. I think. Let's go run it real quick. So like I'm not using a standard like OS log. I'm using SwiftLog here. And what this allows me to do is have a lot more like metadata like structure in it. So I could in theory like when I log these, like I could create like a table and like start doing these and putting them into whenever I launch, they'll be going into post-hog for like my analytics. So actually a lot of these are going to just turn into analytic calls at some point instead of logging notices, or both. Or I could just not like put them into post-hog, but like figured why not put log errors into my analytics to start with, and then I'll switch to an actual like logging like backend or something at some point if I get there. This still has to launch, you know. And we were talking about cost and all that jazz. It also has to like be cost efficient for me to do that. Whoops, I made everything go away. My bad, y'all. We're working on it. Installing right now. Pay raise 10%. Nice job. High five. Congrats, Mono. See, I told you. I told you it was going to be the pay review. So congrats. Where do we go? Hold on. I've got something for this, I think. Hold on, this is going to be loud. Anyway, congrats. That was my, like, woo. Hopefully it played. I'm assuming it did. You came back with your pay raise, and I got app navigation working. Like, look at this. The CEO had no idea it was pay review time, and your manager had to tell him, so. Well, that would explain what happened then. Exactly. Honestly, that very much does explain what happened. All right, so we have here. Let's go here. Hey, look. This is not saying that it navigated at all, but if I go back, we got navigations. We changed the navigation path. Is it not gonna tell me anything else? Category should not be... Oh my goodness. Okay. Navigation change. Best part is it's payday today and it's backdated. Ooh, that is nice. That is very, very nice. Okay, but where is... So we changed the navigation path. Should be the navigation path for the operation. Aw, thanks for the bits, Mono. I appreciate it. Woo! Thank you, thank you. My bits is a little bit ridiculous. I'll be able to get some good coffee out of it. But my bits are a little bit ridiculous because I always I do really big goals, and I think that's the number of bits needed for a down payment at a house right now, like in my area. So I never expect us to hit the bit goal, but it would be cool if we did. But I imagine that would take years, and with me never ever resetting the goals. But congrats, Mono. I'm super happy for your pay raise and super happy that your manager stuck up for you and told the CEO it was time. That is also really big. That's true. It is less than 1.5 mil. You are correct. I wonder if it's... I have a feeling it is a... Let's see. Hold on. Bits to dollars Twitch. $1,500. For some reason, I still don't even think that's quite enough for a down payment. That's probably close or something like that. It's something, some ridiculous amount is what I'm going for some reason. I put 15,000. Yeah. Anyway, but you're right. It is closer. You were not wrong there. And the subs also help. So, yeah. 1.5 mil AUD is an average home here. Yeah. I mean, Austin was getting that high, I think. Maybe some places were at least. My issue is I really like where I live and I can afford to rent here. But if you come to buying, it will not be as close or as comfy as it is right now. So that is where things are changing. Let's grab these. We're actually going to func log nav path change. Oh, that's not terrible. I think that's actually the average house price here where I live, actually, right off the bat. Is that right? New path like this? I think so. Maybe. Yeah, so we'll do new path, old path. Just so they can come in like this rather than me like then we don't even need this. Should be enough. Great. So that'll go there. And then we can do... So let old path equals... tab state at... Okay, so this is just going to change that to... Okay, so cool. We'll do that. Okay, tab state at select tab. Or that. So then we can do log nav path change old path or that. So, Mono, you're probably, we're probably like in this like same type of area, assuming house prices. I really like the small city type of feel I'm in, which is cool. Tab state. Okay, so now we need to do basically the same thing here. Boom. Great. In theory, we should also do the same thing here. Let new path. Great. Small city. I think I'm in Aussie's largest. I live inner suburbs apartment. Okay, well we are also in the so I would say small city. I'm in a suburb just off of Portland, which is also itself a small city. Like it's definitely nowhere close to like Seattle or New York size. But yeah, so I'm in a suburb also. I just call it a small city because it actually has like a downtown area, which is where I'm at. Too many Aussies here. It happens. Oh, we should do the same here. Alright, I think that's fine. Let's quit that. Stop that. I'm just trying to get my logs right, which has nothing to do with like how it works, but it helps me see down here that what's being added in. So a downside of running beta, and maybe I just need to uninstall and reinstall Discord, but I'm running beta on my phone and I cannot get past this Discord splash screen. So like the only time I ever get to check Discord is when I'm on my laptop, which I'm on my laptop quite a bit, right? Like I've been doing this work, but like I very rarely actually open Discord, so I miss a lot of what's happening there. My Discord's not very active. I tell people to go join it, which is fine. Like, people can go join. Oh, Discord doesn't work on the beta. Crazy. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I could like uninstall or reinstall and try and see what they did, but like whatever, I think they're part React Native, so whatever like component is there, it's just not working and they haven't been able to put out a fix. So I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not really popping into any other Discords I'm part of because I forget about it. Because when I go to check it, I just get stuck on the screen. Oh, that's a good question. We should, if we ever build the phone app, we could ask him. Okay, so we are changing. Let's do, I'm still not getting like the full, so we have the operation, visit from, select site, but where is the, oh, new path here. Select site. No, why are these the same? We go back. These are just all the same. I don't get it. Hold on. What's going on? Why are we all the same? Because they shouldn't be. Like the old path and... Oh, okay, I see it. Select site, comma, visit form. Old path is just select site. Okay, we need to figure these out a bit better. I understand. These are the same things here. So this was just select site, and then the operation is navigation change, and the old path is like nothing. If old path dot path string dot is empty equals root. If old path, if new path dot string dot is empty, new path equals root. New path string. I don't really care what the root is. I just need to know that we're going to the root of that like tab. I should care. I don't right now. All right, so that will now fill in these blanks. I see what's going on. Else, let's do... I don't want to separate by commas because I feel comma space. Only because that feel... Well, I guess I could. Should be fine. All right. I think that'll be fine at least. We'll see how it'll look in post hog at some point. Okay, so I think I fixed my issue here. Get add dot get commit dash m fix logger now properly outputs old and new paths. All right, now the next thing is to get this working in Campground. Inside content view here. We need to basically repeat this. All right. So, inside campground list, what are we gonna do? Can we actually just pass in the navigation like I do for the other things? Or for the other one here? I think that could work. Can I access the environment from a view builder? So could I do at... Is it gonna let me do that? Is that legal? I've never actually tried to do this. I think that works. I am nervous that that works. Well, actually, I don't need to, right? I don't actually need to do this. It's okay. Import app navigation. I got mad the last time I tried to do this. I don't know why, but it did. App navigation. Right? Like, it gets mad saying that this, like, is circular, but, like, it's not. So app navigation does not depend on... Oh, it totally depends on... Huh. Stupid. Okay. Should be better. Great. I had campgrounds inside the dependencies of app navigation, and that's just because I duplicated this. Definitely didn't need to do that. Alright. We're all good. All good in the hood. So I think here we could do... app navigation, right? And the question is, do I need... I have these navigation links here. I don't think they need to be navigation link. Well, that's fine. Okay, so this navigation link is wrong, I think. You stopped using... Yeah, I'm about to stop. This was just like... Probably because you can't... It's hard programmatically to use them, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't need that. I'm trying to figure out... So we're at the point where there's a list, and then tapping here takes me to a whole nother navigation stack. So I don't need... Okay, so I don't... I do... This is where it gets harder, because I have to worry about views that I'm passing around and stuff. You liked the programmatic dot append and things of maintaining a... Yeah, I did too, and that's like the reason I get rid of them. So let's go to the right. Okay, so if I actually... What do I need to get in here? A campground? See, but then it breaks. Import models. Can we just make campground conform to equatable? What, does hashable just automatically conform to equatable? Oh, I'm sure we all have different styles. Probably not, to be honest. I would imagine that I'd pick up better styles sometimes, but I am very stuck in my ways, it seems. Okay, so the CL location coordinate does not conform to equatable, which is weird. Can I just make it conform to that? Like, I have this inside utilities. Like, can I just, You finished the user management tutorial and it's a bit dated. Welcome back, Nutter. It's a bit dated, but you got it working. Nice. Congrats. Getting it working is half the battle. Hopefully it works pretty well. Yeah, go ahead and apply that. And then let's do apply. Where'd this go? Okay, so LHS dot latitude equals RHS dot latitude and longitude equals RHS dot longitude. That should be enough, I would imagine. Ship it. Ship the user tutorial? I think so. I think Nutter, you could get your user tutorial like done that way. Yeah, that would be your ship a ton app, right? Like, do you think that would work? Just like an app where you could sign up, throw in revenue cat, and then ship it? I think so. So let's import utilities. Yeah. Oh, there's a circular dependency between utilities and models. Oh, does utilities have to have models? Hold on, that could be an issue. Oh, utilities totally depends on models. Why the hell does utilities depend on models? That seems wrong. There's no reason for this to depend on models. Sponsor a struggling developer and pay their AWS bills. No sign up, just give money. Yeah. It's literally just a tip jar app. Like, that's what it is. You give someone tips. Okay, I don't understand why we are dependent on models though. I don't think I need to be. Oh, well that's stupid for this weather data stuff. Ugh. Okay, so this should be its own separate model. This is what I get for letting Claude do something for me, is it did it wrong. Stream elements are tip jar. I know, it's like a voice control, right? Like, hey, person on the phone, show me, like, I'm talking about a tip jar, and it brings up. He'll just make a dancing animation with a tip jar. Do it. It'd be funny if that got, I mean, I don't think it would get approved, but like, you know, what if it did? Got past that one rogue app, like, reviewer, it's his last day, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna approve everything that comes through, no matter how obscure it is. And then you get through, and then you win revenue cat. Or ship a ton, and call it done. It's okay for the US only store, right? Stream elements would be. You could link into stream elements, I guess. But I mean, I think you can do a tip jar on any of the app stores, as long as you do use the Apple like in-app purchase. That's how iHog was originally. Like, iHog was originally a $5 upfront app, and then with a tip jar inside. Yeah. Okay, so I need to. This is dumb. What does it return? Is it ever just returns weather data? Okay, I'm just gonna delete weather service. I'll have to implement it later. I don't actually care about that either. Oh no, I'm adding a to-do in the code. I think this is actually the first to-do in here. Oh, I don't actually care. You got a few. Hey, that's all right. Never wrong for some to-dos, right? All right, so now I can take out the dependency on utilities here for models. That should never be the case. And then dependencies, utilities. Now we should be able to import utilities. What is still the case? Does not conform to Hashable. Can it please just conform to Hashable? How does like Hashable work? Okay, so can we do it? Great. Now we should be good. And this is great. We are hashed. So now I think I can go to the enum app view. I'm gonna take it in campground. Maybe. Hopefully. There we go. Look, we can take in an associated value. I always struggle when passing around associated values. So that's cool. Alright, so Mono, what happened to you? It's so mean. You wanted a tip jar sort of thing with Shadowcat. To donate to the streamer directly, but it was so messy using Apple's gateways equals 30%. Then you get the income, pay local tax on that, then take a teeny 2% for yourself, give the streamer less than 40% of the full income, and it just wouldn't work. You wanted to use Stripe directly to a streamer, so a streamer could link and get the money directly, minus a teeny fee to you, but didn't think it would get past app review. No, I don't think it would. I think it could now, because PayPal does, but they still have to pay the fee to Apple now. It's really weird how it works. You're not the first one that I've heard complain about this, besides like Patreon. Who was it? Overcast, Marco Arment, the guy who makes Overcast. He talked about this a while ago on Under the Radar, his podcast with the guy who makes Widgetsmith, on how like he also wanted something similar in Overcast, but again came out with the fact that like the overhead costs are too much. And then he tried for a bit to put the podcast donation links in, and that also wasn't like great at the same time. So it was a weird, like it got past the app review for a bit, and then it went away from app review, and it's just like it was like a weird, like some people would pass it, some people wouldn't. I don't know. It was really weird. Yeah. All you know is you couldn't give the user anything like a digital good for donating. Yeah, it's really weird. Like the donation thing is really weird because it's not really like a charity donation. It's just like giving someone money. I don't know. Yeah, you can now in the US. Yeah, because we had that that court case with the so now you can implement any storefront in the US for sure. Okay, so we pass in this campground here, which I think can help me here somehow. Yep, it sure does. And you know what? I understand that all these big companies are like, oh my god, my 30%, like whatever. But I'm also like, I don't know. I feel like Apple does a lot for 30%. They host the stuff as long as you pay. I mean, I guess we are paying $100, but I still feel like at the end of the day, it's still a lot. They host the stuff. They take care of all the fees. They're the merchant of records. They deal with all the support. Like, as long as it's not like actually supporting your app at like what it does, like they take care of it. Like, I think it's, I don't know. I've always found the 30% to be reasonable, especially for the small business where it's actually 15%. But I mean, like, I understand that there is that threshold where it becomes not as reasonable, where you're not like quite at Netflix level, but you're not, I don't know. It's weird. Apple takes 30%, then you get taxed 33% on top. I mean, I guess like, yeah, you do lose quite a bit, I guess, with that. I guess I do too. But I still find it, I mean, they're charging like a fee, right? They're not really dealing with anything with the taxes. Like, the government's the one that's taking too much from taxes. Like on the 33%. Like that's not an Apple issue. That's just like taxes in general. Like those could be those could lower somehow. But yeah. No, I mean, it is a lot. It is a good cut. I just don't think it's a, I don't know, my fee, paying the 30% or 15% doesn't even bother me as much. And yeah, I guess what I try to save like 30% of taxes for taxes. It is quite a bit. It does cut into it. You're not wrong. I don't think the 30% from Apple is there. Should have been born a billionaire, Mono. Exactly. Could have solved all your problems and could, you know, buy all the tier 3 subs to everyone. All right, so we have the campground list here. Sorry, I'm just trying to think how this works. Okay, we have this, right? So we don't, this should be a button. And that's a label. And this button is gonna go, what, Sydney? Navigation dot change to campground. Oops. Hold on 1 second. I will kick you out faster than Coco Type can get here. Alright, sorry. Cat wanted in. Cat's gonna mess with the AC. It's gonna be a great time for everyone. Alright, so this gets that. Makes sense. Okay. Now we need to have the destination views, right? Should I have the... No, I need to have them in here. What do you want? I'm busy. I know, you want me to go to bed. Well, why don't you just go to bed? You can go to bed now. You can. I'm sorry. For view. switch on app view. Case dot campground detail, and this is gonna be like campground. And then we'll default text. You should not see this. App view dot self. And then this is what campground detail view with the view model. I think that's right. I think that's all I needed. Let's see if this works. Oh, and then in campground detail view. Let's take out this navigation stack. I don't think I need it. Oh, Sydney Wilson. No, do not go in there. Sorry, everyone, for yelling into the microphone. Alright, that's building. I think this should work. We'll find out. At least if I can get to the campground detail view, we're going off on the right path. Let's see. While that's building, I'm so glad it takes so long to build the app now. Yeah, it's just like you charge $10 and you end up getting $4.90 back after all that, but $6.90 via Stripe. The courts in Australia are still trying to go after Apple because US devs have to charge the extra $2 on the App Store to come out the same. So on web we charge 12, but on the app we have to charge 14. Yeah, I mean it does. It does get hairy. I'm not saying it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of math to deal with. And it would be great to always like have more money like in our pockets. Can you just go to sleep? I think I'm gonna have to call it soon, mainly because the cat is wanting me to call it soon. But we'll see what happens. It's installing, so it's taking its time. I'm hoping this works, and if this works, it'll be like super awesome. You don't need to be up here. Yeah, that makes sense. If you have web, you have to use something like Stripe anyway, so Apple being the merchant of record matters less. Unless you use like Paddle, which is also the merchant of record. Yeah, but like I get it. It gets murky. I mainly just deal with iOS stuff. Like so for me, like it being the merchant of record is like really nice. Like Apple does. Look, we have this. We had navigated. Like how awesome. Oh, does Stripe own Paddle now? Interesting. I didn't know that. Check it out. We're using the actual path. Let me change that button though. Dot button style dot plain. Oh my god. My cat. She's a mess, let me tell you. Stripe owns the other one. Lemon Squeezy, right? Yeah. And that's also the other one that had the merchant of record. It was this one, Paddle, and like Apple, I guess, if you wanted to count Apple. Excuse me, of doing the merchant of records. Lemon Squeezy's the one you used, Nutter? Did you like them? Have they been fun? Or, I guess, good. Fun is not the right word I was looking for. I think Stripe is getting its own version of Merchant of Record soon, though, I was told. Hey. There's nothing in there. We took it all out. Sorry. Cat's distracting. Hold on. I think this will work. And then y'all can also see what's going on. Real quick. Well, she just opened the closet door and got in there. That was not the case whenever I started this. Anyway, that's what's going on. So the cat just got in the closet. It's been a time. We're still working on this though. Nice. Good to hear that it was Lemon was pretty easy to go through. And yeah, Stripe has managed payments in private preview. That's what it was. Yeah. I wonder how easy that'll be to hook up, because I tried hooking up Paddle to like this web thing that I was building, and I got caught in like, I have no idea how to do it. I don't want to implement Stripe. I mean, I guess I could, like, do people just like implement Stripe and hope for the best that like no one like asks for like refunds and stuff, or like they deal with it as it happens? Because like I get probably nervous because I overthink it. You know what I mean? Like try like, oh crap, do I really need this part? Like, what is all the legal details, stuff like that? What about if someone like purchases the app, like subscribes like out of like my country, and I've hit like the max or whatever that's allowed? Like, I don't know, it just seems like there's a lot of stuff to deal with. But yeah, they suggest leaving some money in the Stripe account for refund purposes. I get more so where, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I get more so worried about like this country issue and taxes like that, but I don't know. I will hopefully find out soon. The worldwide tax limits are scary. And that's the part that I'm like, yes, I will gladly give someone like 15 to 30% so that I don't have to actually worry about it. Because yeah, those worldwide tax limits are scary and they get hit really fast. Like I found out. I actually whenever for the like iOS dev space Mastodon, like I've hit limits last year, and I just kind of like instantly switched and said, okay, JK, I'm not dealing with my own donations. I'm going to go through like this other thing. But yeah. Aw, darn. So close. Australia just doesn't exist for Stripe. Fair. I mean, it wasn't my money. I set it aside. I would also love to have that problem on like an actual product. I set that money aside for like the app for the like Mastodon thing, so it's not like I could go spend that money. I now use Open Source Collective, and they like hold all our money, and I just have to request refunds back, which is nice. Oh, I need to get that requested in soon. Okay. Well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow after work. After the eye doctor, I guess. Okay, great. So we can see the campground detail view. So where else are we going? What else are we doing? Where are the different steps? Okay, so we also need case, site, detail. Ooh, okay, but here's the issue. At this point, the site detail view cannot work without the campground detail view, which has to have a campground in it. Or does it? Could I refactor the campground detail view to not require a campground? Maybe. Maybe. conk go to campground. I think I can. Dorgy, why are you being weird? Oh my gosh, my animals. I don't know what to do about it. Import app navigation. Var navigation. For real, he does this thing where he like he paused like he's digging at the floor, and I'm like, I don't understand, because he doesn't need to be digging at the floor for lots of reasons, but the main reason being that there's nothing, we don't have dirt. Like, if we had dirt, it would make more sense. But we don't. Like, if we were outside, like we went camping with him and he was digging in the ground, and like that makes sense to me. Like the dirt, like it 100% made sense to me. Like, I'm not gonna say that that doesn't make sense. Oh, what's Automod doing? You're gonna ask a stupid question. Kindly F off. Oh, what's your question? Your campground and campground, what's going on here? I'm gonna get banned, but I'm just, probably just my lack of consistency. There really isn't anything going on besides the fact that I see two words, and I feel like at some campground as one word is like a real word, right? Yeah, but I see two words that are two separate words, and when you put them together, I want to do capital C, capital G. So, you know, same thing. Oh my god, these animals. So yeah, that is my reason. What's going on there is that I was not consistent. Why didn't you call that view model a view model? Did I? Hey, Barry, that's not you. We are not like That was Mono on your stream the other night. Or last night. Mono, did you derail Nutter again? Is that what happened? We laid into Nutter about his naming. It's only fair. This is why I don't stream. Everyone would be up in arms. And happen. I mean, it's fine. You're right. This should be like all proper and the same. So, luckily, Xcode can probably figure this out for me, and I don't have to go and fix it everywhere. Should be enough. There we go. Hopefully that makes you feel better, Mono. Nutter, you should never feel bad for your naming. Never ever feel bad for your naming. I am inconsistent all the time. Oh, it's always all in good fun. Okay. So I need to make a view model. Could I do like, wait, is this, could I do, this? You did enjoy that. You did really enjoy that Nether stream though. It was relatable. I did miss last night's stream and I felt bad for missing it, but I was so tired. So in here we have the change navigation to this campground, detail.campground. Instead of this, what if we did campground detail view model equals navigation Firebase service, right? And then we call dot change navigation to dot campground detail with the same campground. Late night rantings, the NS, always the NS undo manager. I've yet to touch it, and like all of hearing your complaints and watching your streams, I'm like, do I ever need to touch it? So then we can call campground detail view model dot go to campground. Right? So that should be fine. And then this is upset, right? Because it wants a view model. And we need to make this, though, a binding. Is it binding? I think it's binding. It was the source of your 150% CPU bug. Oh my god, that's insane. No undos, just don't make mistakes. This is why the Australian cost of arms is a kangaroo. A coat of arms is a kangaroo and an emu. Can't walk backwards, always move forwards. No undos, down under. I like it. It makes sense. Just keep going. Just keep moving forward. Yeah. Alright, hold on. I'm not ready for this part. I don't know how I'm going to do the binding part, but I'm not ready for it. I know, we're working on it. Alright, so with the view model, we're going to do this. Oh, but it has to be a binding, doesn't it? Perfect Aussie pitch saying down under. You can collect your passport from the next spider you see. Supposedly it's spider season here, so that might happen sooner than later. I don't know. This is my first time supposedly experiencing spider season. Okay, so what if I hate this. Get it's not gonna work enough, we think. I think it will, but I should probably go test this at some point. I don't know. The worst that happens is like, navigation change to site. What did I mess up? I messed something up here. Oh my goodness. Everything's gonna die. But why? Something's not right. I didn't actually change much, but. So I passed the view model to the view rather than instantiating it in the view. Yes. Because I wanted it to be made up here. Where is it? Here. So it's going to be making it. And then it's going to, once it's made here, then we go into the view, I think. Because it has to be made first. And then we go to the campground view. But this looks like something's not right. Oh, hold on. Is that what's missing? Instead of campground being, there we go. We should still be fine. Oh. It's a little weird. I'm not sure if I quite like it yet, to be honest. I can't use it in my in later views down the road. So basically, like, because these are all navigation destinations at the top, I need that campground detail view to be available up here as a binding so that I can pass it down to like the site detail view. So as you like go from like here to like there where that site is, like you would tap there and then go to another view. I can't tap there and go to another view. It uses the same, I've been using the same view model throughout the whole thing, which is in of itself like an issue. So like not every view has its own view model. It's just a shared view model. Yeah, exactly. I need like a shared one. So I made it up, I'm trying to make it up at the top to do that. Oh, great. I understand that. You think should be enough. And that's just because I was poorly, I didn't quite think through this navigation enough, to be honest. Yeah. You think you've been trying to do more repository stuff. I have a couple shared VMs though. Yeah. I, in theory, don't really need to even use the campground, like the detail like this with the campground view now. I don't know. The repository state is syncing to the VM always gets me a tad confused out. So what your repository, why does, oh, like your repository holds like like in this case you would have a repository that just holds all the campgrounds, and when a new one gets added then that goes into view model state. Yeah, I mean that goes, it's a little rough that way. I'm calling way too often to Firebase, to be honest, in the here too, because like I haven't even dealt with that. But I get it. And it all gets like a little murky in that respect to like where and how is your state gonna go, but yeah. Yeah, if you held it in the repository, then the VM can observe and modify that. But like in my mind, a repository is only used to fetch objects, right? It doesn't actually, you wouldn't actually hold that in the repository. Like your view model, it's either, your repository is either used to fetch objects, update, or add. It doesn't really hold state from what I've been learning, from what I've been reading. So like your view model would hold the current state, say, hey, go update this when you have it, and then your repository returns the updated object and updates on the view model. I guess then it still has to like communicate back maybe. But your view model would still then go percolate to your views. But there's nothing you're really watching there. It's just kind of like a do this and do that for it to return type deal. At least that's how I would set it up. That's not saying I'm the end all be all there. You store the state. Oh, lame. I broke it. This one worked. So you can see it opens. Something's missing here. Oh, it's because there's no amenities. Hold on. There we go. Boom. Alright, so we're getting closer. Like, it is slightly working. So in your econ app, you do store the state of the cart in a repo though, not anywhere, not sure where else to store it. So then you can refresh the cart from anywhere in the app via VM. Got it. I guess that makes sense. Like, you gotta have it stored somewhere that you can call it back. Yeah. Yeah. The cart repo is the source. So the cart in the repo is the source of truth. I guess, yeah, again, that makes sense that you would have a source of truth somewhere. And for it to be in the repo makes the most sense. But are you really storing... I guess if you're storing state, that's fine. It's just like in memory, like it's just living in memory there. It's not really like stored anywhere. I'm just thinking like if it was stored like even if it was stored in like user defaults as like a struct based, like the repo would just be used to call that to and from as you need it, and you wouldn't really need to store it. Yeah. So like if you had like a persistence place, you wouldn't like a persistent place to store it. You wouldn't need to like completely. You'd go and fetch it from that persistence place after every write, and you wouldn't have to store it as a state necessarily. But yeah. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's also late here. But look, we have things. The repo calls either network or weather to update its state, and all the VMs just ignore and observe it and trigger repo functions to update it. I mean, that also makes sense. Like, it works, obviously. It just, to me, crosses, like, a boundary. Like, it crosses, like, a boundary of what repos should be, but I don't know. Yeah, the Firebase snapshots definitely handle all that, which is really nice. Like they're updating it and stuff like that, like automatically for us. So these get updated. It looks like navigation is working, right? So that's kind of cool. I'm not saying that I am perfect at architecture whatsoever. I am also not great at architecture, and I spend way too long like trying to figure out if I'm going the right path or not. I also feel like I'm doing stuff wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's why I do this, is because I like to talk out loud, like to get different ideas. And then like, I mean, the other day I also asked I asked Coco, I was like, hey, like, how do you actually get things like in sync, right? Like, you have the, like, what I was thinking, was it the budgeting app that I was talking about? Probably not. Oh, where was it? Oh, maybe it was the budgeting app. That seems not right either, though. That seems too complex for what I was doing. Oh no, it was totally the budgeting app. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know anymore. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh yeah. Like how do you tell everyone to like go and update based on the stuff? Like go and update based on like data changes and stuff like that. And he sent me down a rabbit hole of like data change streams and stuff like that, like with async streams, and then I went and did it, and I'm like, I think I way overthought this. Like, great, so when this updates, I need to go and do certain things, and it's way overthought and over implemented, that it made me not want to work on it for a bit until I'm ready to sit down a lot more with that. But now I'm like, oh man, did I even do that right? Probably not. It's just, it is what it is at the end of the day. And sometimes you just gotta go with it, and even if it's wrong, like, just run with it, and you'll learn what to do better next time. And that's what I did with this here. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going, and then I'll have to eventually tackle this like global state issue that I have right now, and here we are. We use USB sticks to keep data in sync. Oh, same. Okay, so I don't think I actually need this campground anymore. So because it gets assigned up here and part of here, I think I'm actually good. So I don't think I actually need that campground as part of this. The view model holds the campground. I might end up going back to it, but like as like a different situation. Like if someone wants to like deep link into a campground view, I think this is okay. Oh, and then this is upset because of this destination is still expecting it. I think that'll take it back to working. All right, so the next thing I would need to do though is, well, the site's detail view works. Community ratings is not working. Yeah, I think it just depends on what you consider a view's job versus like what you do with a view model. I personally like view models to be as much logic as possible, whether or not that's like business logic or massaging data logic. I like for most logic to just live in one central location and a view to just be a view. Like it's gonna react to the data coming from the view model. Whether that's right or wrong, those are the discussions that are found on every discussion forum. That's just how I like to think of it. Because also sometimes there's cases like, where was it? Add visit view model. So when I want to go to the next step, I have to make sure there is a next step to go to. If I'm going to reset the flow, I need to reset navigation also at the end of the flow to start a new visit, right? I guess that's really it. So like there's some like business logic that still has to happen when navigation happens that I don't mind taking it into the view model, where the coordinator would manage navigation. Ooh, I have heard of a coordinator pattern for SwiftUI, but I haven't been able to wrap my head around it to give it a try. I would like to learn more about the coordinator pattern, and I've actually been tempted with AI nowadays to be like, hey, how about we try implementing this feature at iHog with UIKit? And like it walked me through how it did it so that I could possibly learn how to do it more. But yeah, what's up, Farzan? How's it going? Welcome in. Just working on apps here. You've had a hard time trying to determine the right place for a bit of code. Who should have this responsibility can be very blurred, and the more you read up on it, the blurrier it gets. Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. Like that is like one of the hardest things that I have to like deal with also, like, personally, and how I'm deciding where stuff goes is like, where does it go? Hence why it's like a giant mess. I'm like, global navigation that can navigate to any view in the app, no matter what like package you're actually in. It's a wild thought, but here we are. Like, in theory, it should work, I think. We'll find out if that's actually the case. Okay, we are working on, what is the next place that we're going to... community ratings, right. Okay, I need a new one. App view. Case, site ratings. And we're gonna do the same stuff here. But we'll do, it's called community ratings detail view. Almost positive. If I need to use that AI tool to roast my code, see what it's really like. I've used it. It's all right. I do a lot of hand holding when I let AI. I usually do a lot of hand holding when I let AI go crazy on my code, just because I want to understand what's going in, and I have a very like clear architecture idea of what I want. So it's a lot of guiding it into what I want, a lot of guiding it into like patterns that already exist. And then sometimes I use it to actually look up architecture and be like, could this be better this way? Could it not be? What I really hate though, because I hate it, 100% hate it for this, is if I push back a little bit, it completely flips the script. I'm like, are you sure? And it's like, oh, you know what? You're right. This is completely wrong. And then I'm like, are you sure again? And it's like, oh, you're right. This is completely wrong, and flips back. And I'm like, oh, I can't trust that 100%. And that's a little frustrating. You do pay for Copilot, and you can request a PR review in GitHub by Copilot. Sometimes gives some good insights. I've been tempted about that. We have it at work. And I've been starting to do some other things around. But like, and I've been tempted to put it in to be like, oh yeah, do the Copilot review so I can see. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so the first time this is blank. The second time it comes back. Alright, so the button is pushing, it looks like, but nothing's happening. So insight detail view. Community rating section. Well, that's why. This is stupid. Go here. Go to community ratings. Okay, so we need to change this. Navigation dot go to change to dot site ratings. Okay, so that should be fine. Dot go to site ID. Why? It has the... Why? It has a selected site. Stupid. Selected site should have this. This is what's wrong with this. Guard let selected site ID equals selected site. ID else return. And let's log it. CM logger dot warning. No selected site, but able to go to community ratings. Dot, where is this? This is visits. Operation dot. Great. Should be enough. So this is me cleaning up a little bit of AI code because it messed this up, to be honest. So if navigation path, so if navigation dot current tab path is empty equals false. Navigation, it doesn't matter. It should just do navigation dot pop. Let's just erase navigation path because it's not necessary. Cannot find selected site ID and SOAP because it should just be selected site dot ID. Where is where is that called? Why is this called? It's not needed. We already load the community ratings, don't we? Go to community ratings. This gets the community ratings. There is no reason to call load community ratings again. Alright, after we get this working, we're gonna call it done. Oh, it's at main actor in? Is that what I'm looking for? I think so. What's the warnings? Yeah, we can change that. That should be easy. Great. Warnings are gone. Easy enough. Best way to clear warnings is just comment out the code if you don't need it. It's installing. We're almost there. This is the last build that we're gonna do for the night. So I really just want this to work to go see community ratings. I have been, like, part of actually the whole reason I started doing the global app nav was to get the community ratings working. It wasn't working for whatever reason. So let's hope it actually goes all the way through. All right, we're here. I don't know why the first one does not work. We'll have to fix that. Well, this one doesn't have... We got into a list. There's no community ratings, but... Okay, this one should have one. Boom! Ratings are listed. I don't know why this does not go all the way across, but we have ratings listed, and that's what matters right now. It's just supposed to be a list of, like, the last time ratings occurred. So this was it. We are good. That's what I needed. I think we could probably do a sheet there if I wanted to be a little bit more, like, not having to always push on here, but this was fine either way. All right, y'all, we ended up, oh, whoops, my bad. All right, y'all, we ended up on a really good spot actually with this being able to work like that. I think this navigation is actually gonna work. Hold on. Let's test something real quick. So we're here. We have a site. No. Site. I go to campground. Sequest State Park. Cool. I'm back. We're still in add visits. Go back to campgrounds. We're still at Sequest State Park. That is awesome. So that also means that the tab-based navigation here, these tabs, and here we're using this like this tab state with the selected tab and the current tab navigation, and it's a little convoluted. I will say that. Inside here is actually working and holding state exactly how I thought it would. So I'm glad that's working. That's I would call myself out if I was doing a code review at work for this and be like, is this really what we need to be doing? Like on these like navigation stacks with the bindings? But I don't know a different way right now. So I might research that to change it later. But I'm really happy that this is working as is right now. Thanks y'all for sticking around and chatting around. Nutter, Mono, thank you for always being there in chat somewhere. Nutter, I'm really glad you got through that auth tutorial. Mono, congrats also again. Thanks everyone else for staying in the chat, whether on YouTube or Twitch. I appreciate it. I will be back next week. We'll probably continue on this path of something with this app. I still need to do like the My Visit screen, but we're getting closer to being able to launch this. So hopefully next week we're doing something fun. Yeah, always a good time, always good fun. Y'all have a great night. I will catch y'all somewhere around on the internet.